What's good, YouTube? It's me, the artisanmc, and today I'm here to give you my reaction to Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Now, you forgive me, I just came out here and I don't have a cell phone holder that will hold this one, so I have to do this handheld and try to do a steady cam shot on this. But like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I got the sun setting right now, which is awesome. Anyway, this trip to the theater to see Beetlejuice was my return to seeing movies in the theater. Um, I haven't been seeing movies in the theater for a little while since Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm still in my recovery from the acolyte, so I am really picky on what I spend my time watching and what I spend my money on going to see at the theaters. And this movie finally rousted me from my, I could say, sabbatical with going to see things in the theater. There's been a few movies out that I wanted to see, but this one really caught my interest in a way that none of the other ones did, especially being that this is a sequel to the original Beetlejuice movie, which I enjoyed. Um, Everything else that has come this year that is a sequel or remake has not been well received or good at all. What up, King Parrish? So I was really skeptical on going to see this one, but I have to say, from seeing this movie, I actually really enjoyed it, and I appreciated them making the movie the way that they did, using the original actors, bringing us some new material that built on the legacy of the original material. It didn't try to go back and retread old ground, redo it with a female stuck in. It didn't do any of that. It actually just told you a story in the same world and progress the story in a way that, okay, I would watch another movie with Jenna Ortega playing, Astrid. So to get into that, this movie, just a brief synopsis of this movie, is pick up with Lydia Dietz, played by Winona Ryder, which I love Winona Ryder, even with her kleptomania and stuff like that. Winona Ryder has been a staple for 80s and 90s movies that I enjoy, be it Beetlejuice, be it Edward Scissorhands, be it Heathers, being a bunch of other stuff. I've seen a lot of Winona Ryder's movies, and I like her. She's an actress to me. I don't even mind her. In a strange thing, she's always interested in me. So I have that for her as an actress, as opposed to this character Lydia Dietz. Now, being pretty much a teenager, almost a grown man when the first movie came out, I was not all in the goth stuff. Basically, for me at that time, a girl dressing in all black and wearing wedding gowns when it wasn't time for a wedding is just weird. She's just a weird girl. It's not that big deal, right? But I did enjoy the character in the original movie, and I actually watched the cartoon show regularly. I did watch the cartoon show regularly, and it was fun. It was kooky, but it was fun. It kept that character going forward. So in this movie, you see her as having progressed in life, and she is, kind of a John Edwards psychic, and not John Edwards the politician, but John Edwards the TV psychic, who is getting in touch with ghosts and doing the ghost hunter thing and whatever. And she kind of starts seeing flashes of Beetlejuice and not knowing why. Well, you find out that she has kind of a strange relationship, strained relationship with a daughter that she has. Her daughter by the name of Astrid, played by Jenna Ortega. And she has a daughter that's kind of weird too, but her daughter is not into her. Her daughter's in boarding school because her mother is really famous for being kind of a psychic, but they don't have a good relationship in the sense that they're kind of estranged from each other and don't talk too much. And you find out that Lydia's father, Charles, has died tragically and suddenly. And they have to have a funeral, so they have to go back to the old house and the old place to have his funeral. And going back to that place and bringing these family members together kind of brings up a lot of emotional issues between them, but also puts them back into close proximity to Beetlejuice and what he actually wants at the time. Now, I'm not going to spoil the movie. You know me, I don't spoil movies, but that's the basic synopsis for getting you to how this story starts off and where it goes to. Now, what I will say is the first cameo I saw, I freaking loved. I nailed it. Soon as I saw it, I said, I know exactly who that is. And I love seeing the actor. I really love that cameo. It was good for me. The other part that was good for me was seeing Monica Bellucci in this. Now, Monica Bellucci is one of my favorite Italian actresses, and she's been a hot. This fucking loudmouth. Great, uh, goofy kids. Um, she's been hot to me for a while since I first saw her in. What did I see her in? I think it was Tears of the Sun that I saw her in before the Matrix movies. She's been something hot. She's still on my Instagram right now. She's older now, but she's still an attractive woman. I like attractive women in Italian things. It's just what it is. Like seeing her in there, but I do feel like I've heard other reviewers say that her character was kind of wasted in the movie. It was because she's a really good actress and there wasn't much for her to do. But it's not much for her to do unless you understand Tim Burton and how certain characters and certain motifs always pop up in his movies. If you've seen The Nightmare Before Christmas, if you've seen The Corpse Bride, if you've seen Edward Scissorhands, if you've seen any Tim Burton movies, you will see this reoccurring bride character showing up. That's all she was in this. That's all it was. That's all she was. She was the bride. She was the corpse bride in this. And I'm fine with that. There's a little more backstory with her character in the movie, but I'll leave that for you to go watch the movie and see. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing for you. But I liked her performance. I like seeing her on screen because I haven't seen her in anything in a while. I know she still does modeling and stuff like that. So it was cool to see her. Now, Catherine O'Hara coming back and playing Lydia Deet's mom was cool. I like seeing her come back, and it was actually what I thought was kooky and annoying in the first Beetlejuice movie with her character was actually fun and refreshing in this movie because I like seeing it. It's like, oh, she's just a weird artist, dude. Whatever, fuck. Like, it was just more fun to me seeing her on screen playing that character again and doing the kooky stuff that the character does than thinking like, oh shit, she's annoying. No, Delia was fun in this. She was actually fun in this. Some of the other characters, the newer characters, one being the Lydia's Dietz's manager. I think it's Rory or whatever his name was. That dude, I don't look. I forget his name, something Thoreau or something Thorax or something like that. But every time they had the camera on him from certain angles, I was like, this dude is pulling off a fake Steven Seagal. it was kept taking me out of his scenes that he was in outside of hippie and being just weird, like anybody would know this motherfucker is all about the money. He kept looking like a fake ass Steven Seagal to me. It was just every time I saw him, it just kept pulling me out the movie like Mark for Death. Like, like it just kept getting me, man. I don't know. His character was goofy enough in the movie. He was kind of playing a little over the top. But every time I saw him, I was thinking fake Steven Seagal, fake Steven Seagal. It just didn't. It just wasn't grabbing me like that. Other than that, I enjoyed the other little trips to the underworld, so to speak. Um, there is a cameo, in a sense, from one of our notable black celebrities in this, which I thought was really cool because even though you could initially think it's fucked up, it was fun where the character was and what the character was doing because it was in keeping with the character himself. So I thought that was fine. I wasn't offended by it or anything like that. I was actually kind of happy. It make me want to, comb through YouTube for some old videos of his so I can just watch the man, applying his craft on the screen. Um, Other than that, what else can I say? The music was good, and shout out to Danny Elfman for this one. I heard something recently. Somebody else had reviewed the movie, and I didn't know this little tidbit of information, but that Danny Elfman used to be in the group Oingo Boingo, and I'm like, what? I know that group. Like, I'm a kid of the '80s. I know that goddamn group. Like, holy shit, that's him. Which made more sense to me when I saw this movie and actually really listening to his score, which look, it could be a transition scene from going from one place to the next, but I'm sitting there bobbing my foot to the music that's playing while they're just showing scenery going from one scene to the other. I'm like, that was a good choice. I liked it. Every song that was in there was a good little bop. I'm like, okay, so I get it now. I totally get it. I already liked his scores anyway. I already knew who he was. I didn't remember or didn't know that part that he was part of that group back in the day. I'm like, oh shit, well that kind of makes sense. So the music in this one was on point, and sitting there after the credits were rolling and measuring it up because I've heard the comparison made to which was the better movie so far this year, Deadpool and Wolverine or Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. I would still say Deadpool and Wolverine, but this was fun too. And one of the things they have in common is the music really fit the scene that it was in. It's people that really understand music to where music heightens the impact or leads to the comedy of the scene that's happening. Because make no mistake about it, in this Beetlejuice movie, there's a couple of singing numbers in it, and it's freaking hilarious. It's not like, oh my god, it's not like the Marvels where they start singing and shit, and you're like, oh, what the hell is this? What happened in this movie? It's not like that. There's a couple of singing elements in it where it happens, and you just start cracking the hell up, like, wow, okay, it's in keeping with the theme of the movie, and it fits. It's jarring for half a second, and then you're laughing along with it, where you just like, okay, this is actually cool. This is fine. Whatever the hell else, because it's Beetlejuice. He will do wacky, off the wall stuff like that to totally get you on his side in a sense to make you think like, dude, this dude is terrible. But then again, he's kind of entertaining. Like, okay, okay, if this is all I got to deal with, okay, that's fine. Whatever. So it made it fun. It made the movie really fun, and I did find myself laughing out loud and having some chuckles in the movie along with the other people in the audience because it was a pretty much full house on a Saturday. They could be watching anything else. They was in there watching Beetlejuice, having a good laugh. So it gave me that good feeling, like it was worth spending my time, worth going to the theater to see it, and spending that time having a good chuckle. And that's what I needed because I really didn't want to sit down in there and really be disappointed with what I saw and having to do this reaction for you guys and be like, yeah, fuck that movie. That was bullshit. I'm mad. I didn't want to do that shit again. I don't do that. I really can't really stand to watch another bad fucking television show or movie. It's not in me right now. My tolerance is not built up again. I can't take the bullshit. So for me, this movie is well worth going to spend your money to watch it in the theater, get yourself some good popcorn, and sit there and have a giggle with your loved ones or somebody you want to watch a movie with, and you'll enjoy it. It'll be fun. How it matched up to the first movie had cultural impact because it got a cartoon after the fact, right? You can't hit that again because the reason it's a sequel is because you know what it is from the first time seeing it. But the first Beetlejuice was not like that. You didn't know what the hell it was. You really didn't understand. That movie sold off the fact that it was Tim Burton and it was Michael Keaton. And Michael Keaton was already hot and awesome, right? Tim Burton was a young and up and coming director. He was pretty good, right? So it built off of that and it was fun. It was fun. And before I forget, Michael Keaton in this. Look, I go back with Michael Keaton to Night Shift. Okay, Mr. Mom. gung ho. I go back with Michael Keaton a ways before Batman. Before he ever got Batman, I knew who Michael Keaton was, and he made me laugh. I just didn't know he could pull off the serious role until he did Batman. I was like, damn, he was serious. He had some funny moments in there, but he pulled it off. I was like, holy shit, this is my dude. So my Michael Keaton love runs deep, right? I wasn't worried about him coming back and playing this role because it's Michael Keaton being himself. Like the best Michael Keaton for me is when he plays serious or when he plays dark, because you would never expect that, because he is such he is such a comedian and has been a stand-up comedian that his timing is on. But when he flips it to go dark, you are scared. You are legitimately like, okay, this motherfucker is scaring me now. Crack a joke. No, he can turn it on if he wants to. But this kind of movie, he gets to have some fun. He gets to be wacky and improvisational. I like that from him. It's fun. That's what I've been watching all these years that I enjoy. So I don't have to say anything about how awesome Michael Keaton was. He was great. He was even great in that shitty ass Flash movie. It's Michael Keaton, dude. I'm gonna enjoy his performance. Maybe I'm in the bag for him. I don't know, but I'm gonna enjoy his performance. I enjoyed his performance in this one. Seeing him reprise the role of Beetlejuice and him doing that quirky stuff. Some of it coming from the cartoon, some of it coming straight from the original movie. But it's him. The character is him, so he could always come back and play the shit. Old or not, it won't matter. What, you gonna put a little bit more gray makeup on him and make him look a little older? The character's dead. It works. Okay, it's fine. It might not be as physical, but it'll be fine. So I was good with the movie. I was really good with the movie. Um, I did enjoy Jenna Ortega because I never watched Wednesday. I still haven't watched Wednesday, and I heard it was really good. And I didn't know till recently that Tim Burton even directed any of that shit. So I might check it out because of that. But I'm really liking Jenna Ortega, what I saw from her on the screen. There's something that comes across in her eyes. There is an innate sweetness in her eyes that you can see that shit. But what I'm more interested in is who she is as a person, because I watched a GQ interview with her and Michael Keaton, and she was interviewing Michael Keaton. So I'm just listening to her be herself and talk. And I was like, damn, this chick is really intelligent. I mean, it's a her interview with Michael Keaton was so good. The questions they were asking each other and the responses that she were given, which were thoughtful and actually had some substance, and she's not muddling, stumbling, and stammering over her words and stuff like that. It's like, holy shit, we got one with a brain. Oh, okay. Now, understanding her on the business side is that she's a pretty smart businesswoman. She don't do a lot of roles, and she's not out in front of doing any of this ridiculous DEI stuff. None of that. She's getting heat right now because she made the comment that females should have their own things and stop gender swapping characters. Like, yeah, I agree. Thank you. You watching the same shit I'm watching, right? Holy cow. So people are giving her heat about that because it doesn't fall in line with mainstream Hollywood thinking right now. And I'm totally fine with that because mainstream Hollywood thinking is what's killing all this stuff right now. Y'all need a brain transplant or something. It's not working. So seeing her acting and seeing her being herself, I'm matching it up, and I can tell she knows how to freaking act. And I say this because it's a far cry from listening to who she's always compared to, Rachel Zellweger, Rachel Zegler, excuse me. It's not the same thing. It's not. Yeah, they two dark haired, Latina looking, female. They not the same acting wise. They're not the same. Not at all. So yeah, in this movie, I thought she was good. I thought she was really good. Can't say I'm overly familiar with all her work, but I thought she was good in this music. I really was drawn into watching her perform and do what she was doing on the screen. I was like, oh, that's okay, that's decent. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this so I can go ahead and get on the road. The light is fading and I'm hungry. I got some videos to cut and some movies to watch. Oh, I didn't have no Beetlejuice buckets, but I did get this one, which I liked. which is I didn't go in looking for a bucket, but they had this one, which was the Batman, and it's all the different versions of the movie Batman, like even up to Batfleck and Glitter Bat on there. I'm like, oh yeah, black and yellow. Yeah, I gotta have that. Gotta have that. Gotta go with my Scorpion thing. So I got myself another popcorn bucket. I put that one next to my Ghost Trap and my Top Gun bucket. It is what the hell it is, man. I do like movie popcorn. So with that, that's it for my reaction to this movie. My reaction is I enjoyed it. Would I go see it again immediately? No, I don't need to. They didn't give me that kind of movie. But if they made a sequel with Jenna Ortega, I would go and see it again because I was entertained with this one. So they can do another one and I'd watch it again. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. $ artisanmc on Cash App or artisanmc on PayPal. And I will see you guys Sunday for the hero's journey, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And I'll see you next time. Peace.